Good morning, Big Poppy in the house. What I want to cover today is a new version of using a Dylan Swage primer remover tool. I know there's some people out there that actually keep it still laying flat. They've got some great ideas where they're actually trimming that out, and it's like playing basketball. Pretty good design. One thing I did different is I mounted mine on the side of my bench, and I'll show you how I did this. Get the camera focused here. Okay, and what I did is I had this mount made for me, and Richard Beck made it for me, and it's a custom design that I came up with. I was able to mount it in the upright position that you see here, and then what I've done is I put a spring on the left side of the unit, and with an eye bolt down here, and then there's a piece of metal that runs side to side. Make sure you can see it there. And then I put another eye bolt from the underneath side, and I drilled a hole through the little finger pull that you pull it back if you were doing it flat. And actually I wanted to go with some cable to use this, and I did 1,000 rounds this weekend putting it through here, and as you can see, the metal wire or stranded wire just wouldn't last. So what I ended up going with is it's not bungee cord, but it's another hybrid of it. I can't remember of it, but anyway, what I'm able to do is I've got my where I throw the ones in that I swagged, and I'm going to try to do this and try to stay out of you guys' way so you can see it. So pull the handle down, it tips the case tool here, slide that on, come back up, go back, put another one on, go back, come forward, and so forth. And like I said, I was able to do about 1,000 rounds. It works really well. One thing I had to experiment with was the spring itself. I started out with some little springs. Some were too tight, some wasn't long enough to actually get enough tension on this to pop it back up. So I think I went with this, I think it was a 5-inch spring, and I've got a little bit of tension on it. Now, one thing that people assume that is going on with here is you have to have the same amount of pressure from the bottom side as you do from the top, and really it's just the opposite. The only thing, the purpose of the spring really is just to pop this up and down. But as far as the handle and all that, it's not an issue. And again, you can get the mount from Richard Beck. I had some custom work done inside the plate. There's actually a 1/2-inch steel tubing that's welded from the underneath side of the mount, and then I had holes drilled on top and bottom, and I took a liner tubing that's real thick wall, and I slid it down through that tube. The other thing I had to do custom is figure out a way to mount the screws. There's 3 screws on this. So I had to go and actually had Richard stagger where he actually did the drilling on the mount for me, so I can make everything work for what I wanted to do here. Again, and then there's like a little hook on the left hand side. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to help you. Anyway, thank you and good shooting.